Hi, Sarah Banis here, Learn to Craft. I have something kind of neat for you today. This is for the Cricut Community Create Challenge. So, Cricut chose our Facebook group, Cricut for Beginners, as one of the groups to participate in the Cricut Community Create Challenge. So, this is a kind of neat opportunity where the contest that they're sponsoring, each group has a prize package to give out that includes the new materials that they just came out with. There's some really, really neat ones in there. There's a watercolor pen set that you can use your machine with. There is opaque gel pens, which are absolutely fantastic. You can write on dark colors, like you can write on black cardstock with them, and it shows. They're really, really neat. There's smart label material that you can write in. There's a whole set. There's a giant set of materials that are included in the prize package. So I'm going to link in the video description in my group where you can join the Community Create Challenge, where you can enter. It goes until the 30th of September, which is 2022 is what we're in. But anyways, this is, even if you're past that date, this is going to be a really neat thing that we're going to do here. We're going to work with an insert card. And so, like I said, they want you to use, but they want me to show you what I'm going to do for if I were entering. Obviously, I'm not, I can't, but how I would build my entry, and then show you how to take the couple of steps. One of them being, you'll take a picture of your finished project and you'll include that in the project details, and I'll show you how to do that. You'll save your project as public in Design Space. I'll also show you how to do that. And then you'll share the link to your project in the group that you're entering in. There's a lot of groups doing this. If you're entering in my group, you would share that link in the contest post in my group, and I'll link the contest post so that you can access it in the video description as well. So those things. So like I said, you can use, you don't, the design set that they want you to use in this, the pumpkin here, that is what I used from the design set. The design set that they have that they want you to use, you do not need to use the entire thing. You can contour out parts, which is what I did, and just use part of it. You can change the colors, whatever you want to do to make your project. So let's go ahead and get rid of some of this stuff, and I'll show you how I built this. This is going to be really neat. Like I said, this is going to be an insert card, and I'm going to use a gold glitter behind it. So that's what I'll show through, is that gold glitter. Everything that you see that's black here will all be gold glitter. It'll be really, really pretty. So let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. So what you're going to do first is you're going to pull up the design set that they want you to use. So the way that you access that is go over here to Images, and then go type in Fall, and then click over here, click Free, and it'll be the first one that comes up right here. So you don't have to use all of this. You can use any portion of this that you want, or you can use all of it if you want. So I used that. And then the next thing that I used is let's see here, projects, and I went to Square Insert Card, and I just grabbed any one of them, I think, and then I just got rid of the extra that I didn't. Let me see if I can find one with the same corners though. This one right here, and then customize. Oops, so it's not going to let me do that. So what you'll want to do is if you were doing this, the first thing that you would do is grab this card. Let's get rid of this. The first thing that you would do is grab this card. Because I already have mine started, it's not going to allow me to put this onto the canvas, but that's what you would do, is you would grab this card first, and then you would contour out and get rid of everything. All I kept from it was the outside corners, because that was all I needed from this. Okay, so we'll get rid of that, and then I'll just show you what I used of that. So the parts that I used of that was just this right here. This is all I used from that. Let me detach this and I'll show you. So this is all I used from that. I contoured out all of the rest of it. Oops. Catch all of that. And I can get rid of all. Oops. And group it all. Okay, there we go. Cleared all that. So this is all that I used from that. I just used the corner pieces, okay? And then, so I used these two pieces, and then I used, let's see here, images, and I used stencil, and it's right down here. So this is one of my favorite parts of this craft, is that you can build any design you want using pieces of other designs. So it's really neat. So this is the one that I used. So I'm going to add that to canvas. And I'm going to shrink this down some. So these are the three things, and then the text. These are the three things that I used to build my design. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I took a circle and I made that just larger than this. Just larger than that because I want to get rid of that center part. Another way I can do that is I can contour that out. Here, you know, let me go ahead and do that. Let me go like that and just show you it's a little bit easier. So if I click on this and then I click on contour, and I can contour out. Contour essentially just gets rid of parts that you don't want. So I can contour out all of these center pieces. All I was going to do is I was just going to take a circle and weld it over that, and it would be the same effect. The same thing would happen. Just go ahead and do it this way and show you this. Get rid of all of these. Okay, that should be all of it. And now that got rid of the center part, okay? So now what I want to do is I want to take this. Let's move these over. Move this over here. And I want to take this and I want to turn this into the opposite. So I don't want this to be the stencil of it. I want it to be the inside pieces. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to make a square. And I'm going to make this square just a tad bit smaller than this. So this is 3.86 right now. So I'm going to make this 3.83. Oops, not 8.83. 3.83. Okay, and then I'm going to send this to the back. Right click, send it back. And I'm going to take these two and I'm going to select both and I'm going to click Align up here on top. I'm going to click Center and I'm going to slice down here, bottom right, click Slice. It's going to take just a second. There is a lot of information that it's trying to process. Okay, and now you can get rid of that, delete. You can get rid of that, delete, get rid of that, delete. And now this leaves you the opposite. See how that's the opposite portion of that, and that's what you want. Okay, and I'm going to move this up here, and then I'm going to take this, and I'm going to contour out the pieces of this that I don't need. So the only thing that I want to keep, first off, I'm going to ungroup it up here, upper right, ungroup. And now I'm going to contour out everything that I don't want. So I don't want this. I don't want this. I can get rid of the green altogether. This I'm going to contour. it's grouped by color. So the pieces of that color group that you don't want, you just contour out. Okay, and I don't need any of the yellow. So I'm going to take these two, and I'm actually going to weld these because I want that to be one single piece. And I'm going to change that to the same color as this. Doesn't matter if it is exact. And I'm going to make that a little bit smaller. And I'm going to select both of these, align, center, and I'm going to weld that all together into a single piece. Okay, and now I'm going to put my text in. I can't remember what text I used here. There we go. Okay, so we'll just duplicate that. And you know how to type out text, so I can just duplicate both of these text pieces. You don't need to see that. And so being undercase like this, I did this on purpose. The undercase portion, I want it to be undercase. I think that adds some kind of additional interest to it. So right about right there. And I'm going to select that and I'm going to click it down just a little bit. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to center, I'm going to line this in the center, that text. But then, so that's center aligned, but see how the happy looks like it's off a little bit. Sometimes being center aligned isn't what you want, even when you want it to look center aligned. So I'm moving over to the right just a little bit, because sometimes with Y's and H's, things like that, sometimes the eye will play a trick. So now, even though it's not truly center aligned, it looks center aligned. So that's more important in design, is having it look the way you want it to look. So now this you can see, so this is set to cut, right? This outside part is set for a basic cut, okay? And then this is set to be, this is set to be a pen. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all of this and, not yet, we want to add in this piece. So this is your, so here, we'll select all of this and we'll group that together. This is your outside corner pieces where your insert card will show through. So you want the inside part to be smaller than that, and smaller than that by enough that it's not going to tear when you cut, because those corner pieces, these are kind of thin. So you don't want to get too terribly close to that it's going to tear that. But in the same breath, you don't want it to be, you want it to be the, the maximum portion of your card. So select those, align, center. I think that's good. Now you're going to want to attach all of that. Okay, so that's it. That's all there is to building that. Now, so let's go over to, actually, let's go to my workspace first. I'll show you how you load there's a special mat for the insert cards actually it's a mat for all of Cricut cards, and it just makes it all just a little bit easier as far as alignment goes. So let's go to my workspace next. I'll show you how to load the mat, and then we'll go over to the machine and we'll cut this. Okay, so here we are. We are at my workspace. We have, these are the cards. So these are the S40 cards. Finished in the envelope, they're 5x5 square. So these are really pretty ones. These ones have glitter. So we are going to work with this set. We're going to work with the gold glitter. That's the insert. Okay, that's the card envelope. So now what we're going to do, you can put this to the side. And for the card mat, I'm just taking off one side, so these are separate. This one also has on this side, there's a separate one that you can take off. There's no point taking that off if you're not using it. And what you're going to do is you're going to load this up on the upper top portion. So kind of, oops, lift that up. It's only this part right here. the clear part. Okay, and you're going to load that right in there, and you're going to load it as close to the top as you can get it. Okay, so you want that square on there. You want that as square to the top as you can get it. Okay, and then you're going to press it down, and this part of the mat is now sticky. So that's going to hold that down. Okay, and now we are all set to go to the machine and get this cut. Okay, so now we are ready to send this over to our machine. Very simple. We're going to click Make It, and it's going to send it to the machine. Before we go any further, I should have mentioned this at the beginning. Like this video if this is of interest to you, but also subscribe to my channel. When you're subscribed to the channel, first off, it helps me out a lot, but when you're subscribed to the channel, you'll get notification when all the new videos come out. There's a lot coming up that you're not going to want to miss. A lot teaching you how not just to use, materials and make projects, but also how to design for yourself. So that's a really important part of this craft. And quite honestly, it's really fun to know how to make your own design. So when you're subscribed to the channel, you'll get those notifications when the new videos come out probably once a week or so. And there's a lot coming up you won't want to miss. So that, and then like I said, make sure you do join us on Facebook. You'll love our group. It's about 670,000 people, super friendly, super helpful. I'll link the group in the video description. Join us there. You'll fit right in. So let's go ahead and get this cut now. So we're going to click Make It. And it already knows that this is a card because I used that initial project, the card portion. So it already knows that it's a card. So see how it loads it onto the card mat. And so it knows that we are, oops, what did we do here? Okay, for some reason it has it separated and it shouldn't be. So let's go back to our canvas and just check that we did group this all together. No, it's not all grouped. That's why I did that. So select all of it and then attach it. And now it'll all be one single mat. So click Make It. And now it knows that it's one single mat. So now it's got two different, it's going to tell me that I need to load my pen and that so the pen will be in one clamp and then the blade will be in the other. So let's go ahead and click Continue. And now we are going to go over to the machine and get this cut. Okay, so here we are at my Maker 3. Something I should have mentioned is that for the material, I chose insert card. That is a preloaded setting in Design Space so that it already knows how deep to cut that material. So that's what I chose. We are going to now insert into, you can see here in clamp A, it already has my blade. I'm sorry, in clamp B. In clamp A, we are going to load one of the new gel pens. These are the glitter gel pens, super pretty. I'll link these in the video description. I'll actually also link the Cricut insert cards. Those are really nice. So the first thing you always want to do, we're going to use the black one. You always want to take it and open it. Kind of just write on a piece of paper to make sure it's started. And then drop it down in there. So when you click it, you're going to hear it click once. That's not, you want to click it again. Push it all the way down in. Okay, and then close it. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our mat. When you're putting your mat in, put it under the guides. Kind of push it just a little bit. You're not pushing it in, but you're like holding it taut. And then click that flashing button. Okay. This is going to be super pretty. Okay, and now you're going to click the arrow. It's going to do the pen function first. And now it's going to do the cut function. that pen, that glitter gel pen is really pretty. You can't really see it in this light. It's kind of late here, so I just have a regular light and going, but it's really pretty. This is going to be really nice. Right now we're in my living room. I just went through pretty major upgrades in my house. I just had a bunch of construction done. So right now we're in my living room. I literally right now have a Cricut in 3 rooms in my house. I have one in my living room, one in my dining room, and I have one upstairs in my craft room. Oh, I can't wait to see what this is going to look like. This is going to be really pretty. I was a toss-up when I was doing this, if I was going to do one of these insert cards, or if I was going to do one of the, oh, I can't think of what they're called, but they have another kind of card they came out with about 6 months or so ago that are really, really neat. You don't need to use stencils with them. And there's a really super pretty backing for those. It's like holographic, but then I thought the gold glitter would look better with the fall theme. What I might do also is I might make some nice glitter, like seals, like stickers, to put on the outside of the envelope as a seal. That would be pretty. Maybe I'll do that, and then maybe I'll make like some nice leaves too, and just put like leaves falling on the back of the envelope. That would be pretty. It's all about the presentation. Okay, so that's it. I love how fast this Maker 3 is. So take that out. And now you can see it's all cut. We'll go back up to my workspace and we'll take that off there. And we'll put our backing in. Oh, I wish you could see how pretty that black glitter is. That black glitter. Up in my workspace, I have the Cricut light, the really, really nice Cricut light. And you might be able to see it better in that. So I'll try to show you how glittery that black glitter pen is. Okay, let's go with my workspace. Okay, so we are back at my workspace. Let's go ahead and get this off of here because it's going to be super pretty. So, a trick, and I don't think I have a card up here. I do not. Oh, I have a ruler. That might work. So, a trick I want to show you with cardstock and mats. This is a brand new mat. So, when you're pulling this up, especially with a brand new mat like this, you don't want to pull it because you'll peel it. And what'll happen is, you know, when you curl Christmas ribbon or birthday ribbon, same thing. It'll like, your cardstock will peel like that. So you want to lift, not peel. So lift, and even with lifting, it's a little, because this is a brand new mat. So it's kind of tight. But you want to do your best job you can to lift and not peel. Be careful you don't rip any of those small pieces. That pumpkin, the pieces of that pumpkin are really small. Okay. Lift. So I can already see that I should have added just a little bit of pressure, and so I did end up with a couple little pieces that didn't come out all the way. That's okay, I can get them off of there, but next time I do this particular material, I will, and I had questioned if I should, and I didn't, and I should have. Next time I use this particular material, I will add pressure. When you go to send it to cut, you choose your material, and then you can add pressure. And I should have added pressure to this, and I did not. So, but that's okay. It'll just end up a little bit. And this is going to my mother-in-law, and she will appreciate it, even if it has a couple of little pieces that little tattered, but that's okay. So it won't be bad. This is going to be really, really pretty. And you obviously can't see the back end of it anyways. So go ahead and get all these little bits off of here. We can actually pull this right off here. What I was going to show you earlier, though, is this. Old credit card works better, a store card. When you have all these little bits on here, you don't have to peel them off little by little. Take something like this and go like that. Store card works much better. But this, some of the bigger pieces, and with a brand new mat like this, you may still have to with some of it. Especially, for some reason, these, the card mats are like super duper sticky. So, but anyways, that'll get it off there. And if you push away from yourself, you get a little bit more. That'll get it off there a little bit quicker than trying to peel them all off piece by piece. I probably could have left that for later, but I wanted to show you that does make it a little bit easier. Put your cover back on to protect your mats. Okay. And let's get these few pieces out of here that didn't fall right out. I don't know if I have a weeding pen up here that would help knock them out a little bit quicker. But I don't think I do. That's okay. Almost done. So you can see that a couple little places it just snagged a little bit on the back. But again, that's the back side. You won't even see it. Had I added that extra pressure, that wouldn't have happened. That would have been a clean cut. So you live and you learn, right? Nature of crafting. And when I have issues like that, so I know, okay, when I have issues like that, I don't just redo it and act like that didn't happen, because if it happens to me, there's a good chance that it'll happen to you also. So if I can make that error and show you that error, then you won't make the error when you go to cut, and it'll save you the hassle. So better for you to see that happen than not. So I wish I had my weeding pen. I'd be able to knock those right out of there. These little tiny pieces. There we go. That is everything. Okay. So yeah, so that did just a little bit. It kind of misshaped these pieces a little bit because I didn't get that perfect cut. But that extra, I know settings, and I'm telling you that just to add extra pressure when you have that option, it would have cut perfectly. So I want to show you though. Let me move this light over a little bit. I don't know if you can see it. That glitter is so pretty. You can't really see it. Super duper pretty. So let's put our insert in. This is going to be super nice. Oh, you can already see how pretty that's going to be. So you pop that in. See how the corner pieces work? So that's the purpose of the corner pieces on these insert cards. Slip that right in like that. Eee, it's so pretty. I love it. Like that. And like that. Perfect. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. That is so pretty. Off into the mail it will go. Okay. You know, I might even do also, I might even make like stickers for the return and for the address. That would be cute. And then, like I said, put a nice little seal on the back. And that's it. And that's all there is to it. So now let's go back down to my computer and I will show you how to take this and enter it into the contest to try to win all of the new materials. Okay, see you in a second at my computer. Okay, so now let's go ahead and save our project and get it ready to enter into the contest. So you go ahead first, up on the very top, go to Save As, and I'm going to name this Fall Card. I'm going to click Save. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to My Projects. And I'm going to go to these three dots. I'm going to go to Edit Project Details. I'm going to add my photograph. And then I'm going to, okay, so that's all set. And then I'm going to click Save. And then I'm going to, right here, I'm going to click Make Public. I'm going to click OK. And now it's all set. So now all I need to do is right here, click Share. And then I'm going to copy the link. And then I'm going to go over to the Facebook group, or actually I'm in the video description here. You can click the link. I'm going to put the link that goes right to the contest in the group. So you'll click that link. It'll ask you to join the group if you're not in already. Join, and then click the link again. It'll bring you right to the contest. Put your link for the project that you did right there in the contest entry, and hopefully you win. So that's all there is to it. Super easy. Even if you're seeing this past the contest date, this is an incredibly fun project. Definitely something worth trying. I'll link the Cricut insert cards in the video description. Make sure you like the video, like I said, that helps me out a lot. Subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss the upcoming videos. And that's about it. I hope you have a great day.